guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Here on my channel, I do planner and planner related videos, DIY tutorials, journal videos, and the occasional new release video of items that I've listed to my Etsy shop. And if that is of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you hit that little notification bell, you'll always be notified of when I load a new video. Commenting, liking, and sharing this does help my channel grow and would be truly appreciated. Alrighty, so in today's video, I thought we would set up some trackers that I've been meaning to do. Now, one is a continuation of a tracker that I had, actually two are, and then one will be brand new. So I do have actually two different tracker sections in my social media and business section of my DIY Happy Nietzsche, Fobonichi Skinny Classic Happy Bullet Journal. I do have trackers for social media and business related things. And so I will keep the cover page, and because I'm right around this area for Instagram, I can still also use this. But the rest of these I'm going to take out. I did giveaways for the majority of 2019, but I didn't go back and write them down because I didn't make this until I think July. And I filled up my YouTube tracker, and then this is just a page setup thing, and that's actually in the wrong spot. So I'm going to take this out. And then I also have this where I have just personal trackers, and this Shark Week one where I'm tracking my period goes through the end of 2020, so I can still definitely use this. And then the back, I will just continue this for next year. I did do this sick day tracker here, and I found this very helpful, but I ran out of these stickers, and I actually could have used that for December because I was quite, well, no, I wasn't quite sick, but I was sick quite a lot. And so, yeah, that would have just, it would have helped just to keep track of things. So I'm going to continue that. And then this is just something that I'm going to be using for my Facebook group. And actually, I guess that's more social media and business. And I looked on Pinterest, and this is just some engagement posts that I can do as the admin to just, you know, drive conversations in the Happy Nietzsche Inspiration group. So let's see, I need some paper. So I took this one out because we're going to just continue with this on the back, although I no longer have these stickers, but that's fine. And then I didn't realize until I picked this out that I actually had a whole bunch of blank pages. So maybe we'll be super extra because the dot sizes are the same, or at least the placement between the dots, but they are slightly different color. So let's just intersperse this. I actually won't need all of these, but I'm feeling extra. All right, so we'll do the back of this one. Now, I had shown this before. This is a stamp, clear stamp set that I had picked up from Amazon, and I'll link it below. And I had the acrylic block, but I'll link one below as well. And then Stays On ink, which is waterproof ink, so that if I use a mild liner or something on top of it, it won't smudge. Now, you might be thinking that I will need to change this out. Well, if I were doing this for like my future planning, so when I did this for my future planning, because it actually has the days of the week at the top, I made sure that it lined up properly so that February Saturday the 1st is really Saturday the 1st. For this project that I'm going to be doing, I'm not going to be tracking it that way. And I'll show you what I mean when I get started. So I do know that this is super jet black inky. So I actually will need to sacrifice a sheet I just ripped this out from something that I had right above me. It's an old piece of planner page from when I used to do my planning in a big happy planner. Oh, the words are a struggle today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it up. I'm going to ink it up really well. And it doesn't matter when the first is in the week. I just need the 1st through the 31st. And then I'll lightly do it there because this will bleed through if I go directly here. And then I will follow along like I did on that front page where I will have a calendar here and then some room there. And then when I finish adding, and I think I can add 4 or 5. Oh, lightly dab. Nearly forgot. And the beauty of acrylic stamp, if you haven't realized, is you can see exactly where it is on the page, which I like. So I think we've got 2 more we can do. Lightly dab. Oh, I didn't line that one up to that one, but that's fine. The way that we'll make it look intentional is we won't line this one up either. I don't even know if you guys can see that. Okay, and I'd rather it be light like this than bleed through the other side, especially since the other side is already completed. And so it's just something I need to remember when I'm using this Stays On ink, that if I am planning to use the other side of the paper, that I need to be really aware of how much ink I'm saturating it with. So I'll put that to this side. And so just like this one, which doesn't say where the dates are, it just basically gives you the entire monthly calendar. That's why it doesn't matter that the 1st starts there, because I don't care if the 9 is a Tuesday or a Saturday. It doesn't matter to me what the day is. I just want to be able to see, because I'm going to highlight on here on whatever particular day it was, whether it was the 5th or the 12th or the 19th, and then I can write some notes on the side here. All right, I took out my Pentel Touch pens just because the space is so small here that I don't know that I could fit any of my other pens. And I'm just going to do some lettering, and I think I might alternate between these 3, between this for the months, and when I'm done with that, I'll bring you guys back. guys, so that's my wellness tracker. And really the whole thing for me is, it isn't so much if I'm not feeling well, because depending on the day, I'm just not feeling well. It's if I call in sick and why that was, because on any given day my legs could hurt, or my hips could hurt, or my knees could hurt because of arthritis. My shoulders could hurt. I don't know why that hurts. Maybe it's stress. I could have nausea, I could have a headache, but if it doesn't affect me, my work, then I may not write it down. But if I have to call out, then it usually is more significant than it's just a crummy day. So that's why I really want to track that, because this did help, because it does seem, at least for the 3 months that I have it here, that around the 10th, it's when things happen. So, and usually if I'm looking at my period tracker, that is about 10 days, 7 to 10 days before my period starts. So it could just be severe PMS, and I just don't know how to diagnose myself. I like how this came out though. I liked using the pens, and that was actually harder than I thought it would be, switching between each letter. But I think it's pretty, and it kind of plays up in this right here. So this is tracker number 1. The second tracker I wanted to do was a YouTube tracker, and I do have an idea on that. And that's its own standalone. This will be its own standalone. I actually think, because it's in a different section, I want to play with this paper. And I have some stencils here. These I have because I do traveler's notebooks when my Etsy shop is open, and I like to include one of these in most of them. Some of the smaller ones, it doesn't fit. And then this one, I want to say it's either my brother's or it was my sister's, but I know it wasn't mine. But yeah, I have an idea on how to use this, and I got inspired from some things I saw on Instagram, so I'm just looking for a header one. And so, let's see how big that one is. No, that one's too big. I think that one's good. So let's bust out some mild liners. And I think we'll go for these really pastel-y cool colors. And I'll have to remember that. So if someone could write that down for me, that would be awesome. So I'm going to kind of center it, and then kind of line the top of that one. And then really just try to hold everything in place, because I want to color the whole thing in. And color that, and color that, and then lift, and that's all right. That's good enough for our purposes. And just because it is rather light, we'll just outline it. Now I suppose if I had been thinking, I would have done this in the pink, because the YouTube symbol is red. But I don't think it matters, honestly. So I'll let that dry some more before I write YouTube in. And then, so I think we'll start at the bottom here. And we'll do this one, the 15/16. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what 15/16 means, but I don't know, is that... Okay, so I guess that's an inch, so that's 15/16 inch of an inch. Whatever. And I'm just going to randomly... Well, no, I'm going to fill up the space with bubbles. And you may not see where this is going yet, but I'm not going to make you watch me put in all these bubbles. I'm not even counting. I really am just literally trying to fill in the space. And I guess it doesn't matter if the stencil is crooked like that because the circle, the circle is a circle no matter if it's like that or like that. See? Gold star teacher here, guys. Gold star teacher. All right, let me fill the rest of these up and I'll be right back. It's not quite as random as I thought it would be, but that's okay. So that was 15, 16. Oh, and so what does 7/8 look like? Nope, that's not what we want. 13, 16. And luckily it's transparent so we can see. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So if you haven't guessed, I am doing circles and circles. All right, so let me do that. And then after that, there's one more step, and then I'll show you what my plans are. Okay, I'm not gonna make you watch me do this, but doing the outside circle totally made sense to me because it did. But then doing it all over again, even though I think it might be faster, was really making me itchy, seriously. And so while this might be making you itchy, it just, yeah. Now I want to say that this high-tech C pen is waterproof, at least I'm hoping it is, because I do have intentions of coloring this in. And whether I do the coloring in today or I do the coloring in later, I don't know yet. I haven't really thought that far. But I'm just going to finish this up, and then when I'm done, I'll bring you guys back. Alrighty, so drawn the inner circles, and honestly, I don't know that my hand-drawn ones look any better or worse than the ones where I use the stencil. I think this might be the one that is the most accurate, but then it was like, ugh, I can't even with this right now. And if you have not guessed, what am I turning these into? Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay, I think we might be safe. I think we might be safe. I should have worked on the heart and worked outwards, which makes more sense. But luckily we have another option. So we're making discs. I don't know if you guys knew that's what was going on here, but that's what I'm making. Now, both my friends, Kelly and Val, recently did videos where they picked up the Planner Babe, some of the Planner Babe line, stickers, notebooks, whatever. And I really like it, and I don't. And really, what draws me to it are the discs, because I love Happy Planner discs. I have a container full of discs. Now, because I have an Etsy shop, I tell myself at least that I have that full container, mostly because I'm going to be making things for the shop. Yeah. But I don't necessarily want all of the things. The stickers with the discs on it, absolutely. But other than that, I think it's similar enough to other things that I do have. So, I mean, I don't want it. It's just, I had seen someone do something. She had used that green stencil or a circle stencil, and she had executed it flawlessly. I am on the struggle bus, clearly, because I keep catching on here. And I'm impatient. And a whole host of other things. But yeah, I'm just making discs. And let's see if I can draw a heart. I actually like mine better. Okay, so now you're like, well, what? Me too. All right, so I'm gonna write some numbers in here. So my YouTube tracker before went by every 50, and that was dumb. I'm going to be snaking around like that if you're wondering why. Yeah. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to do this as accurately as I can by 50s, increments of 50s. And then when I get to the top, I don't know how many I actually have. So I don't know where this is going to end. Then I'll bring you guys back, because clearly talking and doing is not my strong point. I actually hit 2450 subs, 2,450 subs on Thursday. So that was the 9th. And then again, I'm going to want to remember, and I should write it down at the bottom, that I want to use these to color this in. I have to remember not to color in the heart. I should have let that dry. And then what I'll do, which will be a little bit different from the tracker that I did previously, was as I fill it in, and I guess this isn't waterproof. As I fill it in, I will just color this so that by the end of whenever I hit 3,300, I'll have an entire page of Happy Planner discs. And I might not just, you know what, I'm not gonna write this down because I have some at work that aren't this color, and I've got 4 different sets, and so they're just going to be all different kind of colored discs. But yeah, now I definitely think I could have executed this better, but it definitely will serve the purpose. And as I go along, then I'll just write the date there as well. It is bumming me out that it did smear a little, but you know, we're just trying to track growth. We don't need to be super fussy, clearly. And then the last tracker I want to do is actually books that I've read tracker, because I did do a buddy read with my friend Andy in December, and it was a lot of fun, and it was actually a great book. It was Fireborn by Rosanna Munda, I believe. No, Rosaria Munda. I had to look next to me. That's where the book is. And so I'd like actually to do a lot more reading in 2020, and so I do want to get at least 12 books done, although if I can do the 20 and 20, I think that would be actually awesome. All right, so I just wanted to look, because I had a general idea, but I wanted to just have something to reference. Now I know some people make them big and they write in the spines, but I think I just want to leave mine more decorative as a corner accent here, and then I can write at the top there. Now I want to say, well, no, I know in the academic, some of the academic sticker books, there are some stack of books that you can write on, and so you certainly can use that. I believe in the new Digital Detox, they have that one in there as well. But I like the hand-drawn aspect of this. And then again, I'm not looking for it to be perfect. I like the feel of it. Plus it does give me some bullet journal feels. And so I'm just going to do a stack of books here, and when I'm done, I'll bring you back to finish out the top, and we'll go from there. All right, so I have my stack of books there, and then this LOL sticker book was sent to me by my friend Kelly, and this one is seasonal, so there's one sort of for every month and the one for school. They actually have some books there, but I think I'll be using these down here just for the top as a label. And I kind of like this one, but it's wide. We'll do this up here. I kind of like the coffee. Actually, I think that kind of fits. I would never put anything that has any kind of liquid on books because they're books. But I mean, I like how that looks. Actually, I even like her. Will she fit? No, because I don't want to cut off her foot. And I don't want to cover up what I just did. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Because what I'd really like is something that I can write that's wider than long. But it doesn't look like we're going to get that. I don't think that's going to help us. And are we... Let's see. B-O-O-K. All right, let's try this. This looks like typewriter dots to me, or the old-fashioned typewriter, not the electronic one, or the electric one. So let's see if we can spell it out. Now, if I were a professional, I would start in the middle and work my way out. But I am not. Or I'm lazy. You know, you can pick your lane on that one. I mean, I know what it is. So, books. All right, books read, R-E-A-D. All right, and I do know how to spell. It's just I want to make it's more so I want to make sure I have the letters before I start putting it down. I mean, at least I'm conscious of that. Books read. And I'm a little hesitant to put a year on here because that's quite a bit of room. But let's just, oh no, maybe we can stack it. How will that look? Doesn't look bad. Again, if you know me, you know my standards are actually kind of low. I don't expect much when I'm just shooting for it. And back to this one, because again, this one has some, it's back to school themed. So I'm just going to use some of these things just to fill out some of this space. And put that there. Bring this down now that I know how big this is. clip. Paper clip. You know it's bad when I start lifting stickers, so put that up there. Hopefully I can get that up. Put that down there. Oh. Don't rip. So that goes there. So I can put the glasses on there. Again, I would never do that in real life because I wear them. If they're on the books, then I can't read. So I think we'll leave it as is, she says, as she keeps flipping. I know, I just did my own narrator. It's not lost on me, guys. All right, it's just there's that space there. I thought maybe we had another paper clip, but we don't. There. All right, let me put these back on the rings and I'll bring you guys back. All right, guys, so things are back on the rings. So one of the trackers we did today was this YouTube subs, and I was inspired by some things I had seen on Instagram. And basically, I'm just going to color in the Happy Planner discs and make my way up. And then once I get to that, then I'll just do more tracking here. I see it as small wins. On YouTube and on my app TubeBuddy, it tracks it by every 100, but I like to see it on the 50s. Now I did want to write something down. So I didn't start writing the numbers down for my YouTube channel because I looked until February of, I think it was February 21st, 2019, and I was at 291, sorry, brain fart. And then on December 31st, 2019, oh, yeah, I was at 2399, because again, according to my TubeBuddy app, I hit 2400 on January 1st of this year. So I want to keep migrating that forward because I don't know where my count was on the last day of 2018 because I wasn't tracking at that time. And then right now we're on, what, the 11th? And so it is, you know, progressively growing. From what I can tell, I grow between 50 to 100 subscribers a month, and that's a definite win for me. For my Instagram, I can't look because it's on that phone that I'm filming on, but I want to say I'm in this range over here, so I'll just need to fill that in with something because there's no way I can track that. Even with my TubeBuddy, I was trying to look at old months, and I couldn't, at least not on my phone. Maybe if I go on the app on my laptop, I can see it there. So that was one of them. The other one we did was this tracker right here, where I can track when I call out and see, and then I write down the why of that. And then we also did this book tracker. Now I wanted to bring this book out to show you, and because this I did in December, so it's not going to count, but I highly recommend this book from Rosaria Munda called Fireborn. It is a young adult fantasy book. So, and if I were to rate it 5 stars, it definitely would be a 5-star read for me. However, it is a Book of the Month Club purchase, and I did use my friend Andy's link, and so I'm going to link her channel below. She always links the Book of the Month referral link in her videos, and so I definitely would recommend, if you are looking at purchasing some books, do it through her referral link, because you will get a credit for a free book, and she will also get a free book because it's not an affiliate link. But that way, I mean, she's a booktube channel, and you know, I love books, but it's something I'm getting back into. She is all about the books, and so every little bit helps. So definitely check out her channel. And two of the books that are on my radar, and I am considering this a book because there is some words. There's some reading. It's a how-to book, if a very simple one, but I am going to consider this something I'm going to read. So this is going to be one of them that I'm going to be adding to my list. I did order several books via Book of the Month because I did have that credit from December. And then I also purchased this from Amazon using the gift card I had gotten for Christmas. I actually have the first 3 books of this, and this is the illustrated version. And it is absolutely beautiful. And this is a reread. I actually have several different copies of Harry Potter. But I believe Andy had this. I don't know. This is like 4 years old. I don't know why it wasn't on my radar, but it wasn't until very recently. And I want to say because Andy was going to read it for December. And I'm like, wait, what? And so I got them 3 on Amazon for a really good price. I think Amazon still has it. You get the first 3 books for like $63, and originally I think it was a lot more than that. And I also saw it on Walmart.com. So if it's still available, I'll link it below. But yeah, those are the 2 books that are going to go on that list. There's 3 books that are coming from the Book of the Month because I did do some add-ons. And I do have 1 or 2 more that I want to add. And it isn't so much because I want to fill up the tracker. I think the tracker will help motivate me to keep reading. But the whole reading part of this is just really part of my whole wellness program for 2020, just to make myself relax and enjoy some me time. I'm hoping with editing that this actually is a lot shorter than it actually is in real life. But guys, thank you so much for following me on this journey. And as always, aloha.